What is going on, everybody? It is Tower Talk episode number 20. We've had a week. We've had a week or two off because of scheduling conflicts, but it's okay now. We are back.
We're alive.
We got Blue Uslo here.
Hello.
He's saying hey. Yeah.
Blue Uslo.
And we got the Jez. Say hello, Jez.
Yo, hello, Jez.
He's Australian.
Yep.
Affirmative.
It's 7 a.m. for him, and it's like 2 p.m. for me.
It's
awesome.
7 a.m. Tefty. No one can get me up this early but you, my man.
Oh, dang. Is that a proposition?
That's a fact.
Well, awesome.
Jason
We're all
has a
here.
girlfriend though, doesn't he? So can't she get? You know what? I'm just gonna leave that. Let's just go.
Okay, Blue. Okay.
Yeah, you can quote me on that, Blue. You can quote me on that. Yep. It's good knowing you guys.
Yeah, guys. My God, this week, you guys farming up a stolen will at all? Does that interest you at all in Destiny World?
I forgot about that because I've been
You
playing
forgot about
so
the
many other
shotgun?
games.
Dada did like a 3-minute video on it saying that like, yeah, it looks good, but it's kind of average. So I was like, well, that's a pass.
Sick looks, garbage, not really a shotgun you use. I mean, PvE, you could use it in PvE because of the fast fire rate. It's like, isn't it dry rot, essentially?
Yeah, it's dry rot. So back in, I guess, what was it, House of Wolves or something?
Uh-huh.
Everyone found out about dry rot, and they're like, yo, this is the PvE gun to use. So... I don't know. There's like a little craze, like in the same way there's like a craze over getting like that pulse rifle from Crota or not Omnigul or Crota, not Jesus, not
Grasp
Crota,
of Malik.
Omnigul, Grasp of Malik. Like they had a little craze, like half a week. People were like, "Yo, let's get it. This is the only chance. This is our only time." And it's like it's just another gun. Like let's
just another weapon, yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's a good PvE gun, but I mean everything's a good PvE gun.
Ooh, shots fired. PvP is easy. I mean PvE.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and that's a negative and a positive because at least
a high
in PvE,
impact
you
shotgun.
you have variety on like one mode.
Yeah, I mean the high impact shotgun you're not going to want to use in PvE. It's actually bad for PvE.
I mean, if you're a good player, you can make anything work in PvE.
Well, that's true, but like
Can't say the same about PvP.
Yep. Yep. Would you use the stolen will in PvE on the premise of winning a bet?
I would say, yeah. I mean, it's a shotgun.
Hypothetical.
I can't like market something that is not really market. It's like, yo, it's a cool, it's a glowy gun. Like that shit's lit. Like get your kids to play this game. They'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah,
be
glowy
like,
gun.
Dad, I want to use the
Take
glowy
it.
gun. It's like, yeah, sick. Here you go. Gets like a free hour of entertainment.
Yep.
Yep.
Go farm
Then
that
if that
nightfall.
runs out, send them off to watch their iPad movies. Well, you should probably be paying attention to them, and you go play like Doom or something.
Wow.
Parenting in 2016.
Parenting a 101, Blue Uslo.
Blue just attacking all parents. So yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
In Doom, there's two shotguns. There's two shotguns in Doom. There's a regular shotgun and double barrel. Just want to point that out, and they're glorious.
Yeah, there's two shotguns in Destiny too, though. The high impact ones, and then every other gun.
Oh, archetypes? Well, no, I mean the Party Crasher definitely has a tighter spread. That's why like a lot of people are going for a God Roll Party Crasher because the spread on it isn't as wide, or at least it seems that way, than a Conspiracy Theory D.
Interesting. That's the level we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the level we're at now. People want to get like better at shotgunning in PvP.
I think so. Pro MLG shotguns.
Shotguns.
Get your 3v1 skills up.
Sniping's not much better. I mean,
That's
I want to get my longbow because my longbow is blue and it looks nice. Also, short gaze. Can't believe they nerfed snipers. Wow, I'm never gonna be able to snipe again. Meanwhile, every sniper is still sniping just fine. I think it's a you problem if you.
It's a you problem. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I still see Hovey getting like 8 million headshots off people in trials, so I don't see the problem here.
Oh yeah, definitely. They nerfed it a little bit. The ADS is slowed down just a tad, but they're still essentially the same weapons. Some, as somebody who snipes a lot, certain encounters where like you're used to distances in doorways and all that can feel just a little bit different initially, but then as soon as you get used to it, it's back to sniping.
My logic when it comes to sniper balance is if Hovey's not complaining about it, then it's fine.
Wow, I just don't know if that's accurate because he's a god tier sniper. He doesn't care about anything, dude. He just clicks on heads. He don't care.
Yeah, he just gets headshots.
He just gets headshots. That's all he does.
Look,
Yeah.
Okay, but he's like the pinnacle of what like a sniper is. So like if he's not complaining about it, then like maybe you should try to bring your game up towards his.
Okay. Yep. Gotcha. That's valid.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
That's valid.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm super shade today.
Yeah. Just this
'Cause we're
is
trying-
Shade Westlow today.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's bitter over not being able to play Overwatch right now. That's why.
It's like they went to Overwatch. They're like, yo, like this PvP is actually balanced.
Yeah. This is true.
Well, it's balanced too. Like, here's the thing. I feel like there's more of a gap in terms of knowledge that happens with Overwatch. Because again, if you go up against a team that has their team stacked with the knowledge of how to properly do all the teamwork with the healer and defender and, you know, all that crap, then somebody like a team that's all tracers is going to have problems.
Yep.
You know?
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah. So where Destiny, you can just jump in solo and sure you get Novid or, you know, golden shotted or whatever. You can still make comebacks from it from a solo standpoint. But if you're going up against a team that is really well stacked in Overwatch, then I think the skill gap is even widened.
I would agree that because of how much variety there is in both games when it comes to balance of PvP, that they aren't really comparable. But for that same reason, I kind of have like this theory of like organized chaos. Destiny is chaotic. Overwatch is chaotic. But I think Overwatch is a great example of having so many different abilities, but still being able to balance it to a point that it works in a sense that it's still fair. And I think it hits that note in how abilities are used that Destiny hasn't hit yet, personally.
I agree with you on that because you look at Trials, Triple Sunsinger running Universal Remote and Sniper. You know, what is the counter? Run Triple Sunsinger and Universal Remote. You know, so you are right.
Thing back.
Yeah, Overwatch you can switch mid game and counter somebody's Bastion or whatever. Turning into Overwatch podcast also.
Rip the comments. What have you guys been playing in Destiny recently? Anything?
I've been doing my typical rewards. You know, do raid. I still enjoy raiding. I still enjoy getting to play with people, and there's a lot of people that have not raided before also, which needs to change. We need to get more people in the community through raids so they can experience it because that is some quality content.
And now that we have a gap of 335 as opposed to 320, I feel like Oryx in general is a lot more enjoyable compared to the rest of the raid. Like I think you could run the entire first 4 phases of the raid, very very underleveled, and you'd still be able to do it. It still felt like it was a team effort. That if you guys just worked together and persevered through it, you'd still be able to get through it, whereas Oryx feels a lot like a really, really big chore, and if people do not know what to do, then your entire raid is pretty much shot. Just that Oryx part is just like,
Oryx is a task. It still is.
Like, if you're messing up one-shotting those knights, please stop.
Please stop.
Well, I'll make sure to let Luke Smith know that you hate him.
Yeah, give him a shout out.
Smith, we still haven't gotten Oryx's ass as our hat.
Yeah, I mean, sort that out.
Yeah, I want that achievement.
Like, what are you even doing in the office, Luke? Let's just come on.
I agree with you, Blue, on that because just these past few streams, we've had competent teams get shafted by Oryx, whether it's bomb detonations not registering, or just getting physicsed when you go in and out of the dome of death. It's annoying, especially after you've wiped several times and then you have to do it again because of stupid crap like that. It feels more like a task, but getting all the way up to it is fun. You kill the sisters, it's like, oh, it's exciting. And then suddenly Oryx is like, okay, it's been a good raid, we're probably going to be here for just as long as we've been through the entire raid so far. Have you noticed that, Jez? Have you, like, in your raiding experience? Actually, do you raid very often?
No, I actually haven't been raiding too often. I haven't really been doing it on stream much either because I haven't quite worked out how I want to go about the audio situation. So would love some advice after the podcast on that.
Audio is what to Tefty is to the rest of us call foreplay. So
my audiophile foreplay experience.
So I agree with you guys on that.
Surround sound Tefty.
Can we just whinge one more time that the Vault of Glass isn't like at current light level? It makes me sad.
Oh,
I know.
Like what I would do to be able to just vault again, with the fam.
At current level, it'd be so much fun. But why? I feel like they're holding it off until the next expansion. I feel like they know it's
I feel that way too.
good.
Yeah.
It's like too good to waste on the April update.
Yep.
So they're gonna wait till like an expansion. Be like, guess what? We have a year 3 Vault Class. Oh my god! Everyone's gonna freak out and be like, yeah,
They
Bungie.
They're gonna
be
nut
like
up.
for like a month. They're gonna forget everything that Bungie's made a mistake on, which is fine because it's like I like
Skill-based
the hype.
matching. What? I forgot about that.
But then they're gonna be like, wait a minute, we could have got this raid. We could have got these raids a long time ago. I feel like they're saving it because they have that much potential.
I think I know what it is. I think I know what the plan is. So this summer, we're going to start getting trickle information, probably starting at E3. That's right. This summer, information from Bungie. It's gonna happen where they're gonna start trickling in the expansion. The expansion is gonna have a new raid. We're gonna be like, oh my god, let's go kick the cabals. Yeah, this is gonna be great. So then we go do that experience, and then we're gonna start whining over content drought by January. And then they're going to release all the raids at current light level. I think this is what they're going to do before they drop Destiny 2, which is going to completely get rid of all the old content.
See, so I think I put up a suggestion. It seemed like a lot of people really liked it. Was that if they really want to keep old content still relevant while not like putting new content in the dark, they should have like a challenge mode of the new raid or of the old raids. And instead of us getting current year level gear, we would get like light level 5 or light level 15 or whatever you want to, like the same stuff we get from the Sterling Silver packages.
Oh, light level 3.
The Eververse. Light level 3. We would get light level 3 rewards. So while we can upgrade them to current year, infuse them to current year, we still actually have to get the gear from the new raids to actually make it relevant.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm afraid that makes too much sense.
Makes too much sense.
You're right.
Just strip the elements off the primaries. Boom, those bad boys are balanced.
Yeah.
It's got to be values in the database. Just duplicate the Fatebringer, call it Fatebringer Adept.
Call
and
it
then
the Fat Finger, the Vision of Cornflakes. They'll be the
exactly. And then there's a toggle in there in the database that says what elemental, and it's no elemental. It's kinetic. I'm guaranteed that's how it is.
Elemental on off. Hashtag off. Boom. Good to go. Professional Bungie programmers here.
Done. You're welcome. You're welcome, Bungie.
But here's the thing. If you take, Solar off Vision of Confluence, you still got a great scout rifle. Same as Fatebringer. I mean, RIP legendary hand cannons, but you still got a very decent legendary hand cannon on your hands.
Oh, absolutely. Outlaw and Firefly on a hand cannon?
Yeah, come on.
Hell yeah.
And that's the thing. Vault of Glass really feels like the god rolls of, at least in year 1, they're basically the god roll weapons you're going for anyway. And now that we have a much bigger emphasis on rolls, if you don't want people to get that god Fatebringer, then you don't have to let them get the god Fatebringer. Just roll new every time you get it. So that way, now you have 4, not 4. I mean, yeah, when the new update comes out in, what was it, in sometime in fall, when if we get a new raid, that's 4
I'd be
raids
surprised
now
if we
people,
didn't. Yeah.
That's 4 raids now that people are going to want to do. And suddenly, now you don't have people complaining there's only 1 raid to do. Now you have people complaining, wow, I have to do so many raids this week, which is like, is that really a complaint?
Yes, it is, Blue. Be honest.
Oh, Tefty, please.
But people will complain about that after all this
absolutely.
time.
They'll be like, God, there's so much to do. Jesus.
And then I'm just going to be like, well, I guess we're going to have to take it out.
Lol.
Well, here's what happens. You get a new light level, or you get the start of year 3 in quotations, and then that levels the field. Everybody has to race to a new point, which usually ends with doing the raid multiple times, and then you go through this content atrophy that we're experiencing right now, which then they open up the gates for all these different avenues to get to max level, and that's what they did in House of Wolves until again the next big year comes around. Or I do think Destiny 2 is going to be a clean slate. I really do.
I hope they keep the same design philosophy that they went with in the April update.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
With the whole concept that there are multiple different ways to get to max light level. I see people praising it all the time. People are like, Bungie, for the love of God, please keep it this way going forward. And I've never seen people this much in unison in the Destiny community about I guess the light level system,
progression, loot.
But now with this update, a lot of people feel like everything you do, you actually make progress.
Yeah, I hope they keep with it. The extremely smart version of the loot system makes people happy. The only problem, like, they got to get rid of the things that you can easily spam. For instance, exotic engrams. They really need to like not allow you to just
3 of coins was a big mistake, I think.
big
Oh, yeah.
mistake.
Yep.
Yeah. Too many. You get collecting all those exotic engrams and then just being like, boom, light level, light level, light level, light level, light level, and then suddenly you're 335, and then the complaint is, well, I'm 335.
What was it? I think Gurney Jake stockpiled, what was it, like 60 exotic engrams?
Wow.
And because of the new progression system that, like, the smart loot is that it reads your light level,
Yeah.
those 60 exotic engrams gradually got him all the way up to 335 the very second Taken King came out.
Oh, man.
The very second the April update came out. So
They should have just done a
the
thing.
smart loot system is awesome, but with 3 of coins, it's very abusable.
Well, okay.
And I think
if
3
they
of coins...
if they made it so your engram can't decrypt higher than what's already in that slot that's equipped, then it would fix that. So you couldn't just cheese exotic engrams to get light level.
Because when they went through the whole dev thing, they were like, we want people to like see your exotic and know how much work through you went to get this.
Yeah, lol.
And in Destiny, it has never been that way, bar the questline exotic.
Listen, I want to unlock a quest line that says, okay, use this hand cannon. Once you've used it this many times, you need to go over to Overwatch, use McCree for about 5 hours. After you've gotten a certain number of kills with McCree, you go back over to Destiny and you unlock the last word.
Well, see, I think the very first quest line which was not the very first quest line, the Thorn, amazing quest line. It gave you like very specific things to go through in very specific ways. That felt like the first. I think Thorn was probably the only exotic in year 1 that felt like you actually earned it when you got it. And then obviously the Vex Mytho class, because you had to go through Vault of Glass hard mode to get that.
But God, we're just in such a sweet spot in terms of, like you're saying, Blue, the power, I'm on the drip feed of power, the slight incremental increases, and I love it. I love it because it's just constantly rewarding me. So Bungie, please just don't F it up. That's my only cry. Just don't F it up.
Instead of giving us a drip system, they should stop cutting out old content so that they don't have to drip us nonstop.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But again, they need to control the channels so you can't spam your progression. Again, like...
And the best way to do that is to get rid of 3 of coins and give us more quests on exotics. Thanks.
Thanks, love you, bye.
No, I mean, it's...
People love Nightfalls, man. What happened with that? People used to love the difficulty in Nightfalls and the rewards they got from Nightfalls. And Nightfalls was like a weekly, even if you barely played Destiny, Nightfalls for a lot of people was still like a weekly ritual. And ever since Taken King, it's like, when was the last time you did Nightfall? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, do you want exposure and trickle on the same time? Have fun, boys.
Yeah, I love it. So much fun.
Yeah, some of my fondest memories was using Fatebringer on an Arcburn Nightfall.
Just on the 3 of coins thing is... I feel like anyone worth their salt at the moment in Destiny is spamming 3 of coins. Like, you just, like, every time you kill an ultra, you're like, all right, got it. Or like every time you do a crucible match, you're like, all right,
go to your menus, hit a 3 coin. Don't forget your 3
I'm
coins.
like, why do I have to do that when why don't you just make the game like drop more rewarding? Why don't you just reward me for actually playing rather than whether I use this item?
Instead, you have to give us a consumable. Yep. You have to give us a consumable that makes it more rewarding, or you guys can just make exotics drop in different activities instead of holding out on us.
Yeah.
I think it's just very bad design that the biggest, I guess, pool for exotics, the way you get the most exotics is by spamming a consumable item.
Yeah. It's essentially spamming a magic find perk that is temporary. And we all know through games like Diablo and even Division, magic find or item find just ultimately doesn't work in the end game. They eventually have to nerf it to the point where it's like, okay, well, now it's just balanced back into the loot system. And that 3 coin is Destiny's version of experimenting with magic find.
It feels like a Band-Aid solution for like a deeper issue.
Yeah, definitely. If they even made it, I was saying this earlier on the Planet Destiny podcast, I was saying that if they made it for an exotic to pop out of a thrall one time, even though it was super, super low drop rate, But if you suddenly it dropped like, your Zen meter out of a random thrall that you were fighting out in
Lol.
you will always remember that thrall. That would be an incredible moment for you. You'd be like, you wouldn't believe it. I killed this random ass acolyte in the Omnigal Strike, and then boom, I got my Zen meteor.
Like, obviously, if you kill a giant boss, all right, you have a greater chance to drop like an exotic, like a 10% chance of dropping this crazy exotic. But if you kill a thrall, it's like, well, you have like a 0.001% chance, so you can go for it, but it's probably not worth it. But if you get an exotic, holy shit.
There'll be the very small percentage of the population that has incredible stories from getting like incredible weapons from basic enemies. And that's what was exciting about Borderlands, playing the end game of Borderlands.
I remember my very first Gallahorn, I got it from doing my very first hard mode clear of Atheon. I remember I got my very first Universal Remote from doing, and I remember a lot of my exotics from year 1 and how I got them. And in year 2, my experience comes down to 3 points.
Standing in front of the Cryptarch. I mean, we remember that stuff. I remember getting my Gallahorn. I got on PS4. I got it from Omnigal, I believe, and then on the Xbox, I got it from normal Crota.
That's something huge. When I remember running my best friend through Destiny through like some early strikes in year 1, and the first thing he said to me when we killed like a big boss, he was like, "Dude, don't the bosses drop loot?" I was like, "Nah, sorry man, you got to wait till the reward screen at the end." And he was like, "Oh, that's lame." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know."
Yep,
exactly.
That is lame.
Yeah.
It's super lame. And then year 2, they fixed it, and it's like, "Oh, that's so sick! Like candy drops from them now." But then it's like, but now I'm going to go to the Cryptarch and decrypt it. And
3 coins, it was a bad idea. Just across the board, it broke a lot of things. Like, I think I got my Jade Rabbit from a exotic. In fact, I may not have gotten my Jade Rabbit from an exotic engram.
See, you're not even sure.
Yeah. And it's so, like,
you just know you got it.
Now, recently, I did get a Zen Meteor from the Cryptarch. And that exotic engram dropped during the raid. And I had to build up that memory. I had to be like, okay, I got Guns N' Roses playing in the background, and my teammates are teabagging me in the Cryptarch, and we had crazy gator stories from Florida, and give me a Zen Meteor. Boom, and I got a Zen Meteor. And it was exciting. The Cryptarch is such a bad place to get all of these cool items.
It would have been cooler. I think there should be more direct ways for us to get stuff, because right now it feels like it's so indirect with how we get all of our best gear. It doesn't feel like we earned it from a specific thing.
See, here's the thing. No, it's never exciting to receive a badass weapon in the tower.
It's exciting to set your eyes on something you've been looking at in a vendor and finally buy it. It's exciting to get something in the Postmaster, like a legendary that maybe you accidentally dropped. It's not exciting to decrypt an item at the Cryptarch and get like your best gear.
Yeah, I mean, Eris Morn gives you Touch of Malice. That's not exciting. Eris Morn is already a downer. She gives raisins. Nobody wants that.
I love the quest line for exotics. I don't like, hey, by the way, here it is.
Yeah. Thanks for all those hating flakes. Here's your weapon.
Back to the 3 of coins, just for the last thought, is that I'm glad they added it purely for the fact is that it quickly highlighted the flaws in the loot system. So I am glad they brought it in for that reason. But now it's like, now that we've learned, let's phase it out.
And it comes down to, are we going to feel rewarded when we kill shit, or are we going to feel rewarded because we turned in like a little parcel, like Professor Oak's parcel to like the fucking game store manager, and he's like, oh, you completed your quest.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, no one's coming into my Twitch stream saying, yo, Jez, have you got a Zen Meteor yet? But everyone's coming in going, yo, Jez, you got that longbow yet? You got that LDR? Man, you got to get that LDR?
That's right.
Got that longbow.
Seriously.
That's right, yeah. I got a Her Fury with Hot Swap, and I think Hot Swap is my new jam.
Oh my god. A lot of salt.
I love quests. I love a lot of stuff. I love the quests. I think we need more quests. I think it really just does come down to how we are delivered our loot. I want to get sick loot the second I kill the boss. I go over his dead body that I just murdered in an epic battle, and then holy shit, it's a Zen Meteor. But now it's like, well, you got a special Engram from this boss. Let's go to the Cryptarch and see if he doesn't look like you got it.
And to Bungie's credit, they did do that with Oryx, by the way. You do get exotics every now and then from Oryx, and the loot pops out of chests.
Shit's awesome.
Everybody like that's awesome. We want the chest system.
Bungie's their own worst enemy. They're right there. They've got everything in front of them. They're so close. A few tweaks here and there, and you've got one of the best games of all time. We're so close.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And fingers crossed that Destiny 2 is going to fix all the technical problems that we have. Please,
please,
60 FPS dedicated servers, please.
60 FPS, please.
Guys, I think that's it for the Tower Talk. What you think? Thank you so much for listening to Tower Talk. My name is Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter and catch the streams that I do for Planet Destiny and my personal Twitch channel. And follow me on places like Instagram and crap like that. Tefty Teft is my username on all those. And yeah, how about you, Blue?
My name is Blue Wesley. You can find me on Twitter where people get angry at me, and I get angry at myself.
I get angry at you too.
You can find me on my Twitch channel where I try to stream as much as I can, twitch.tv/BlueWeslow. You can also find me on my YouTube, but you'll probably never find me on there, youtube.com/BlueWeslow.
Blue, I heard a rumor of you coming up with some YouTube vids a few weeks ago. Whatever happened to that? Was there a video in the works?
No.
There's one video.
Noob.
Spoiler. There's one video that is
It's never.
the closest I've ever been to finishing
never
a
getting
video
released, is it?
and uploading it to YouTube.
Get excited.
Never getting released. How about you, Jez?
So I am Th3Jez. You can find me everywhere at Th3Jez. Th3Jez. You know, all those things. Twitter, MySpace, Christian Mingle. Pick your poison.
Awesome. There it is. I'll be adding you on Christian Mingle. I'll see you soon,
Is there an
Jez.
Australian mingle? Do you get that? Like dingo mingle?
Dingo Mingo?
Yeah, we've got a bit of dingo mingle if that's what that's what you're into.
Oh my God. Wallaby Hang.
Oh my God.
Okay. That's the Tower Talk. Okay.
Bear Drop Plus.
Oh my God.
See you next week, guys. Later.